ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit.
Subscribe. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Sandman Build-A-Figure Wave Spider-Man 2099. If you're trying to pick up this wave, you can pre-order it right now at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And big thanks to Xmanny87 for making this review possible, as half this wave was my Christmas gift this year. Check out his Instagram link in the description below. Anyway, this figure looks very cool, even though I could see some paint missing on the red right over there. I'm a little sad right there. Anyway, on the side, you can see that this guy is, well, not technically a running change, but Spidey UK shares the same packaging, as you can see right there. There's the two of them. There's a read-up over here. If you want to read it, pause it now. There's the other figures from the wave. And then not much more on the side except for Spidey 2099. And then on the top, you get a Spider logo. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's a new Spider-Man 2099 out of the packaging. Looking very cool. This is a good-looking figure. I do like it, but then I do also have things that I don't like about it, which I'm going to discuss further throughout the video. First off, he does not have a hole in his back right over there, so you cannot put a stand in there, which kind of bums me out a little bit. I prefer having that. And it's very difficult to shoot. It's just by the design of this Spider-Man 2099 that, you know, you have this strong contrast between this very dark blue and the white over here, so it just makes it tricky to shoot, but it does look cool regardless. Unfortunately, he does not come with any accessories aside from the Sandman Build-A-Figure pieces, so let's take a closer look at this guy. Big head. Yeah, this figure suffers from BFHS. That's big f***ing head syndrome. Again, Hasbro with the big heads. I don't get it, and you may not be able to tell how big it is in proportion to the rest of his body, you know, as we're zoomed in over here, but it is a big head. I'm standing behind this one big time. Anyway, we do get some sculpted lines that I like over here. You know, you can see it kind of coming across the mouth. I like that. These little eye pieces over here look very good, so it's not a bad head sculpt. I do like the design of it too. It looks pretty neat. I really like that shiny red paint. Love the shiny red paint. Looks pretty good on the torso over here too. I'm liking that as well. I'm just not liking that missed spot right over there. That does bother me. I was kind of hoping for some reason that might be extra white paint on top of the red, but no, that's just red missing. Anyway, you can see that they did paint the red all the way through in there. And looking on the back, looks pretty solid. White paint looks pretty good underneath those joints. And I like the muscle definition on this figure too. It looks pretty good. And as you move that butterfly joint, you can see the red paint's all the way in there, so that's very good. And it's just this dark blue right there on the back side. You have this ribbed section right there of the costume. You know, to be honest with you, I like this design, but I still prefer the original Spidey 2099 design. I don't know. I just like that one a little bit more. Then here we have these little spikes right there, and they're very soft, and they're just added to the forearms. A little bit of white missing right there. Fist looks pretty good. Unfortunately, we do not get interchangeable hands with this figure. I'm very bummed out about that. For me, it's important because I recognize Spidey 2099 for those talons that he has. So if you're going to leave him with just one set of hands, I feel like it should be the ones where his talons are all exposed and everything. Kind of like the most recent version that we'd gotten. And I did try removing these, so you can pop these off right here on the figure. These pop out pretty easily, but popping the hands off on this other version right here, not so easy. And I did loosen up this joint trying to do that. So I don't know. You could probably try to pop that off and put it on this one, but the color is not going to match. As you can see, they are different colors of blue, so a little bit of a bummer with that. And then this little spiky thing is just a little misaligned. It should be like this. I don't know, maybe apply some heat with a hairdryer or something, but I think the muscle definition looks really good. You know, it's a very well built figure, just a little too large for a Spidey 2099. I feel like Miguel has maintained a similar body form as Peter Parker, so having a bulkier Spidey kind of throws me off a little bit. But I do like this midnight blue. It does look very nice, and we get some very good muscle definition. I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see this just a little bit better. So I'm liking that. Looks pretty nice. The legs look fairly good. There's this one part over here where you can see some of the paint kind of missed, so Not really happy about that. You can see like one coat just didn't make it. And then I don't know what the hell this is, but it looks like some tape or something was on the leg of this thing and then it got peeled off and it's still there. I don't know. Don't know exactly what that is. If you have this on your Spidey 2099, let me know. But yeah, it's like some weird duct tape or Chinese dookie. I don't know what's going on in those factories, man. I don't know. But there's a Spidey butt and he has some meaty calves over here. A little splotch right over there. And he does have peg holes at the bottom of his feet and nice little blue pieces painted out right here. I like that. I mean, from farther away looking at it like this, right? Big head. You can see he's got a big head. Anyway, the articulation on this figure is actually pretty good. I really like it. You can move his head very far up. That looks very good. I like that. And you can move the head very far downward. You get side-to-side movement over here and just a tiny little bit of wobbling right there. We get these great butterfly joints that move very far forward and back. So you can get his arm all the way back there. That is really cool and pretty far forward. He does have these ball jointed shoulders that move outward that much. You can move them down quite a bit. They do move forward. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in that far. You get a wrist swivel and they hinge up and down. Get a good ab crunch. It moves forward a couple times like that. I like that. That's pretty sweet. And it does move back a lot too. Really cool. You get a good waist swivel over here. His hip joints move outward that far, which is not too bad at all. Can't complain about that. He does kick forward quite a bit and not back so much. He has an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. I'm happy to see we get a calf rotation right over here. I like that. And he does have ankles that move down, they move up some, and he does have ankle pivot. And here's the figure at its widest stance possible with both feet still flat on the floor. Measuring this figure out from toes to head, you can see that he's at about 6.5 inches tall. Now here's our new Spidey 2099 compared to the old version right over there. And this is still cool looking. I like this one, but I just like this one more. And as far as the body type goes, I was just looking up some more images, and yeah, he does look a little bit beefier with his newer costume over here, which is a result of him working for Parker Industries, and he has little gizmos and stuff that can come out of his forearms over here and stuff, and he does have the flying jet boosters. In case you're wondering, you can plug in the ones that came with the Iron Man figure from Civil War, so if you want to plug those in there, I took some pictures of him flying around like that, so that will work. It looks like this one's just slightly taller than this one, and he's supposed to have like little web thingies that come into the armpits over here too, but he doesn't have that on this figure, which doesn't really bother me too much. But yeah, overall, I'm still liking this figure more. And then here's our new Spider-Man 2099 compared to Marvel Legends Series 4 Elektra from Toy Biz. These figures are 12 years apart in age. It's just so bizarre to me how Marvel Legends has been able to maintain all this time. But anyway, having these posed together isn't too bad. She's a little on the tall side, but yeah, they're teamed up in the comics right now, so I had to do this size comparison. And then here's Spidey 2099 next to the other figures from this wave that I have already reviewed. And while we're seeing this new body mold used for a Spider-Man figure, I hope Hasbro doesn't have it in mind that this should be the new Spider-Man body mold. I really think this should be the new mold that replaces the Bucky cap mold. You can see that these two are about the same size, and I think it would be great to see this mold being used for similar characters that we've seen used for this mold over here, because I still really like that Pizza Spidey mold for Spider-Man. Then here's our new Spider-Man 2099 compared to the Marvel Legends Big Time No Letdown Spider-Man. Hey, hermano. What the shock? Aww. You know, while I have complaints with this figure, I still think Hasbro has made improvements with this new mold that we haven't seen before. I really like the new butterfly joints that we're getting right over there, and I do think the paint apps are really good, even though I do have a couple of parts that, you know, I feel like were a little bit of a miss. But for the most part, I think this is a good figure, man. It's just the design isn't my absolute favorite, but I can't deny it looks cool. It really does look cool to me. Anyway, I hope you guys thought this review was cool. If you did, please hit the like button. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this figure right over here. If you want to subscribe, please do so. If you are already subscribed, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you know when the latest ShartimusPrime video is coming at your face. If you want to see a photo gallery of images, it's over at marvelousnews.com, and you can check out my website for figures for sale and t-shirts and all that stuff at ShartimusPrime.net. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
From farther away looking at it.